Hey, what's going on, people? I'm Chuck with another episode of the Millionaire Mindset. And today's topic is do what you're made for and not what you're paid for. But before we get started, don't forget to comment, like, or subscribe to my YouTube channel so you can know when I make new videos. We can comment. You can give me some suggestions, some ideas, some good feedback, and I can get a chance to reply and just see where your head at, and we can bounce bit back and forth off each other. Today, doing what you are made for versus what you're paid for. In this world, we are created and groomed from the time we're small children all the way through the education process to become employees and work a job, gain a skill or a degree, and perform a task for the next 30, 40 years of our life. We're going to pay taxes, going to buy a house, going to buy a car, and if you're lucky, you'll raise kids and you're going to get married. Life is so much more than buying a house, buying a car, raising children, getting in debt, working a job that you don't like, you don't feel a passion for it, you don't feel compelled to do it, you dread going to work, you dread going home. Life can be so much more rewarding, beautiful, colorful, and bright with the right ideas, the right plan, the right path, the right mindset, and just taking the time to think and reflect on something that you love to do. Example, you could take someone that was raised on the farm and they may be an equestrian. They might like chickens. They might like goats. They might like roosters. They might like snakes. They might like leopards, goats. I mean, it can go on and on. Or you can take someone else in their neighborhood that always nurse cats, dogs, or whatever. So they would be more on the veterinarian side, whereas the first person I mentioned, they may be more suitable for farm life. Or you may enjoy growing fruits, vegetables, so then your own farm so that you can sell produce and vegetables on a larger scale. So early on, if you have these traits and behaviors, you just have to stick with it, stay true to yourself, don't let no one else talk you out of it, and you already are walking in the path of what you're made for versus what you're paid for. So many times a paycheck, a bonus, a salary, or the glitz and the lights and the glamour that we see on TV or is portrayed to us in books, videos, social media, and it make us think this life is so much better than what we're living or the path that we've decided to take or even the path we're thinking about taking. And if you really walked in that person's shoes or talked to them or spent any length of time with them, you would see that someone that may be an athlete, they may be a movie star, they may be a producer, whatever their walk of life is, it isn't as illustrious and beautiful as it really seems. They have a totally different life behind the scenes. They have stress, they have problems, they have issues, they have habits, they have family issues, they have a myriad of things that they have to overcome and deal with before they cash that check. And sometimes they may have to do some things that they don't want to do to get that paycheck. So just try to keep that in mind when you want to be like the Joneses or you want to drive that car that they're driving to get that promotion. That promotion sometimes comes with more than you're willing to give or more than you can really take mentally and or physically, or you may have to sacrifice your own life, your kids' life, your family life, your sanity just for that salary or that bonus or whatever the reward is for the particular title or position that you're striving to do. However, if you pick a life, maybe you like butterflies, you can get a butterfly farm. You may like entertaining people. It may be a comedian, be a clean comedian, dirty comedian, children comedian. Whatever you feel passionate about and you feel like you are created to do or called to do or you can do for free, that would be much better than getting into a job that you're doing for a paycheck or a salary, or you tell yourself, hey, I do this job for 5 years, I can break through. You got so many people that they're pilots, they work in the coal mine, they work for the power company, um, they work in all type industries. Some are dangerous, some are stress. You got people in sales, and these people hate their job. They dread going. But if you sit down in silence and you get your notepad and jot down the things that you like, what you feel passionate about, something you can do for free, something that doesn't take as much effort as something else. Like, for example, if you had a job and it requires you to be an outgoing person, you're naturally an introvert, then that's not the job for you. You're going to stress and struggle with that job because you have to put on a hat and play a role and be something or someone that you are not. As opposed to you find a behind the scenes job that can allow you to be an introvert and still perform the duties of your job, you will be much healthier, happier. You will go further and farther in your career, and you will not receive a burnout. So next time someone tells you about a job, hey, traffic controllers make good, hey, builders make good, brokers make good, can you handle that job? Is that the job for you, or is it the income that has persuaded you to pursue this path or take on this direction or course in life? Example, some people love teaching. They are natural teachers. They can talk, they can explain, they can break things down, and they're just a people person. And you can take the next person that doesn't know how to communicate well or doesn't like to communicate, or they're not comfortable in their own skin, and they're naturally going to have problems communicating, portraying a subject, a topic, and they may even have a problem with relating to their audience so that they can't grasp where you're trying to go or what you're trying to do. That's why it's best to do what you're made for and not what you're paid for. Family a lot of times wants to send us in the path of least resistance, and that may not work. Hey, your dad was a school teacher, maybe you should be one. Hey, your mom was a librarian, why don't you try that out? And you may already know at an early age, hey, I want to be a nurse. Hey, I want to be a doctor. I like medicine. I want to be a pharmacist. So many people, sometimes early on, people can be exposed to things. It can be a show. They can read a book. They can have a mentor. It can be someone at church. Who knows where they can meet this person? They can say, hey, this is what I'm compelled to do. I love doing this. I want to learn more about this. This is the path I want to pursue. And that's totally fine. You shouldn't let no one or nothing talk you out of something that you feel compelled to do, and it's what you're made for. Regardless of what people say or do, generally they know what you're compelled to do and what you're made for. Example, me. I enjoy talking to people. I can entertain people. I can engage them. I can talk as long as the camera can record. But that's not why we're here. So this platform is a way for me to express my talents, my abilities, also sharpen them. I don't feel pressed or stressed out to get in front of the camera or do this video, whereas the next person may be camera shy. It may take them months, years, days, whatever to get in front of the camera and record and do something that I find natural and easy to do. Once you get the camera angles and the lighting and the subject and the prompts, it just flows naturally like butter. Whereas if you're paid to do it, you may have to work harder because it's not natural for you. Some people can fix cars. Some people can do hair. Some people can paint. Some people can write beautiful music. Some people can write poetry without even thinking about it. But back to what I was saying. You know deep down inside what you're made for, what you're good at, what's your natural God-given talent or ability. But it's up to you to harness it, sharpen it, repeat it, and just stay at the top of your game. It's no different than an athlete eating right, exercising, keeping their body tight, keeping their mind right, whether it's limiting their injuries, taking cold ice baths, reading things so that they can put their mind in the proper mindset, keeping toxic things away, not being distracted by family members or the opposite sex. So many factors come into play, but you have to weed the distractions out and the things that take you away from your greatness so that you can align with your path, with your goal, and with your purpose, and you can proceed forward and don't let anything stop you. You got to keep that train moving. Also, by doing what you're made for instead of what you're paid for, you don't have to worry about being lost, trying to find yourself, trying to find your purpose, trying to align with someone or something. Some people travel the whole world trying to find a job or a purpose, and they had their purpose all along. They just didn't stick to it. It's kind of like people that job hop. They may be a dental assistant this year. Next year, they'll substitute teacher. Now, once you get at the top of your game, you won't have to worry about any distraction or anything taking you away because you've been tested. You didn't change careers. You stayed the course. You learned. You did all the hard work. You put in the sweat equity, the long hours, the education, the training. You went to the school of hard knocks. Now, all you have to do is stay the course. Find a way to monetize that thing that you're doing. Example, it can be someone as simple as doing hair. Now you can sell hair, you can sell products, you can do tutorials, you can teach people how to braid. You may do a workshop once a month and you take in 10 women, charge them $100 a piece, and you can teach them how to braid each other hair. Now you got money that you've just made, and all you had to do was teach. You didn't have to put your hands in anyone's head. Now you got money you can make once a month, once a week, whatever, and you're teaching people your skill. And guess what? Most of them won't work at it. They'll just do it one or two times. It may be fun, it may be cool, it may be an outing, but guess what? There'll be more people that want to learn. There's people that are born every day that want to learn what you already know. So be that teacher, be that person that is willing to teach them and educate them and take the time out to show them. So you're giving them a product or service and they're paying you for your time. And it's going to be much easier than standing on your feet all day for a paycheck doing hair. And you can always upsell and sell those products, that hair, that shirt, or that course, or that tutorial. You may even be able to do it into an e-course and sell it online. That way you don't have to deal with people face to face, because everyone isn't friendly or cordial or know how to communicate as well as others. We all have our unique gifts and talents. Some are better than others. You know what you're better versed at, so just lean on that one. Make it work and just believe in yourself. You'll know. You never know how far you can go with your talents and abilities, but you must lean on them, believe in yourself, stay consistent, and be persistent and keep that self-esteem high. And just know, even if you make a mistake, even if you get it wrong, this is temporary, it's learning, and you can make it through to the other side. One thing I can say, doing what you're made for instead of what you paid for definitely has more benefits than it does takeaways. You will live a better life. You think of any big star or person that did life and lived it on their own terms. Sure, they may have changed careers and titles along the way. They may have started off as a pilot in the military, now they're an entrepreneur, then they turned into an author. They may have, went to law school, started off, then they decided that wasn't for them. They may have started creating content. Now they're a best-selling author. You can always change, evolve, grow, and you can do more, and you can change genres. It's your life. You're the author. You dictate the terms, and you set the rules, and you can move however you want through in life. You just have to believe in yourself, do your work, and whatever it is you're trying to do, just wake up and show up and do it to the best of your abilities each and every day. The rewards are coming. The time is coming. People see you. You may not be getting paid for it yet, but they see you, they hear you, and your fan club is billing. You're just putting in those 10,000 hours so that you can get better. So when you get ready to make your grand debut, they'll say, man, this is awesome. Were they born like this? I wish I had been watching them sooner. I wish I had been paying attention. Now I want to watch all their movies, all their videos. I want to read all their content, not knowing at some point in the beginning you sucked. Maybe in the middle you sucked, but over a period of time of getting it right and getting it wrong, you became better, and they're seeing the best version of you, the version that you've been working on 5, 10, 15, 20 years. And it is awesome. And it's been one heck of a journey. So just be mindful that so many people think Jordan, Kobe, Magic, Venus, Serena, Tiger, they see the end result. They don't see the manifesting, the practice, the diet, the exercises, the bruises, the hospital visits, the meals and the discipline and the sacrifice that it took for them to get where they are now. And they paid a price in order to get in front of the camera, get on the TV, get those sponsors and those deals. And you just keep that in mind. But your gifts are coming. You will be rewarded. And just remember, do what you're made for, not what you're paid for. It's much easier. It's just like trying to imitate someone else. You can never truly be that person you're trying to imitate because you're made to be uniquely you. If you like to wear black every day, hey, cool. If one set of teeth crooked and the other one is straight, perfectly fine. Someone will like it, embrace it, use it to the best of your abilities. Don't be ashamed of what you have or what you don't have. That's the best part of you. No one else can imitate it. You're a carbon copy. You're one of one. And just think about something that you've been putting off, a skill, a talent, a ability, a trade, a skill. It may seem small now. You can think of anything, Burt's Bees, Amazon, Walmart, Nike. All of those started small in somebody's garage or house or kitchen or den. And they're billion-dollar corporations now. So don't count yourself out. Don't think too small. Don't beat yourself up. Just start, believe, do, have, win, and just rock it out. I mean, just think. Your favorite author, movie, podcast, radio show, clothing brand. Just think if they didn't believe in themselves. If they tried, or they didn't try, they threw in the towel, or they had low self-esteem. You wouldn't be able to watch them, read them, view them, wear their clothes, buy that thing. You wouldn't even know they existed. So take that same energy and that same power that they use, channel it through whichever way you feel a connection with them. Use that same energy, that same effort, that same drive, that same ambition, and believe in yourself and get up and start today. Matter of fact, when this video go off, this is a great time to start. You've got motivation, you've got direction, you got a path. My name is Chuck. This was another episode of the Millionaire Mindset. I hope to see you again next week. Peace.